should be doing it. There we go.
All right, cool. And it's got send it to one more person, then everybody will have it.
All right. And now everybody can hear exactly what you're saying.
Sorry, I'm late.
No, you're good. I'm running late.
Well, I'm later than you, so there.
Oh, all right,
I win.
fine.
Yeah.
I win the contest of being the worst person here.
All right, fine, whatever.
As long as it's not me.
All right, how's it going, everybody?
Well, can't complain.
I'm not sure that I can either.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I can.
I'm not complaining today. Today will be
Actually,
very good.
you know what? I'm going to complain. That one cookie wasn't good because I didn't eat it. There's my complaint. Bad day.
I just have to put it this way. Tonight will be very good for me.
Oh. Anyway.
Yeah. No, it's nothing.
All right.
It's nothing sinister. It's nothing creepy or pervy or anything like that.
Oh.
In 3 hours, I will interview Robert Meyer Burnett.
Oh, even better.
After that, I get to have a hangout stream with Anthony, and then I'm invited over to Gilkey.
Cool.
Nice.
So I get to hang out with a lot of people I like tonight.
Well, we'll see how this stream goes, and it might be less people than before.
Nice.
And I should work on my drawings while I'm here, but
All right, yeah, if you want to, go ahead.
Yeah, I should too, but I can barely figure out how Photoshop works.
Wait, that's a drawing?
Damn,
Yeah, you
that
can
is
draw
pretty
in
good. That
Photoshop.
is a good
No
one,
way.
Ruthie.
That's awesome.
that's Ruthie.
Dang.
To be fair, I do digital renderings before I do the drawing, but it's still most of it's filled in because I'm just starting to work on Mandy.
Mandy.
Yeah, about that. How do you do digital
Summer.
renderings? Because like I can kind of draw on paper.
Okay, it's
better
kind
at
of
that.
a cheat. I take their avatars and I kind of find the certain mark points I need to know where to create certain lines. And I grayscale those into a little photoshopping thing, and then I use that as a background. So it's all hand and computer created by me, but it's
What's
based
up?
on an actual picture.
Oh,
And hello, Mike.
okay.
We're talking about digital rendering here.
well, the sky,
Mike, have you actually seen my
the
drawings I've been doing
clouds,
lately?
the sun,
Yes.
my IQ.
Do you want me to do one of you?
I mean, you can.
You better send me a good picture then.
All
'Cause
right.
I need something to base it off of so I can do my work. It helps my eyes.
You can draw my big ass orange avatar.
You already gave me a picture, you dumbass.
All right.
I know.
Sorry, are we allowed to swear here?
Yeah, of course.
I'm gonna pull up your
Good.
stream, make sure that
God,
everything's
thank
going
you.
good on that end.
Because if I couldn't swear, I was totally fucked.
Bert Trisket, you sound
Shut up,
familiar.
Windows. I know you have to tell me things, but I don't care.
Ooh.
Wait,
Hang on a
Windows-
second. I gotta
As
go.
long as it's not a virus or a security breach, I'm good.
This is some of the stuff I have
So what
to
are the topics?
All
do in
right,
the next
so
few months here.
what is the topic on everybody's minds today?
Birds of prey.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
it's.
Oh,
That's good for me.
I just realized that I
I
couldn't
have
hear any of you.
completely, basically, sorry. I basically completely outed Margot Robbie as complete 180 hypocrite.
Oh, I've been seeing that kind of stuff lately. So it's kind of funny, I'll be honest with
Well,
you.
she is, so fuck it.
I must have missed this. What happened?
What? You can hear me, right?
Basically,
Yes, I
Yes,
can hear you.
unfortunately, we can.
All right, just making sure because I got Fortnite up. I didn't know if that was taking priority of the mic.
Oh, get off.
I turned off voice. I'm good.
But yeah, basically, I was watching special features on my Digital Movies Anywhere app, and I was just felt like going through the Batman v Superman one, and was watching the Wonder Woman featurette, And there's a 30-second clip of Margot Robbie giving a speech about basically how she was against identity politics and against making movies and stories just a girl's story, just a guy's story.
Yeah.
It's just a story. It's just a person and whatnot.
Yep.
And I'm like, and so I just basically recorded it with my phone and put it on Twitter. And I'm like, I don't think she believes in this anymore.
You know what
holy
happened, don't you?
Shit, that blew up.
You know what happened with her though, right?
Corporation got there and
She
said,
got-
fall
she
in
got-
line or you're out the.
No,
Go
it
ahead.
wasn't even that so much, man. She got a little taste of victory with that ice skating movie she made, Tanya. She even got some Oscar love for what's her face
Oh,
for
yeah.
it too. So she got a taste of that life on that side and was like, "Oh, okay, well,
Yeah, and
that's a her story."
Well, she was already a
meanwhile,
bombshell
Meanwhile-
after Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, who wouldn't want to get with Margot?
yeah.
Yeah, they were talking
meanwhile,
I mean,
I've
she
got
just went
family.
full.
She went full
Meanwhile, I got
retard.
family that are
Wait, you got
wondering.
family around?
Hollywood is like Washington. It's not your fucking soul.
Yep.
As I was saying, meanwhile, I got family that wonders why I don't go into Hollywood if I want to be a voice actor.
Yeah, beats me.
Yeah. Oh, maybe,
Man,
maybe I just don't.
I would go
Maybe
in
I don't
for
want to get
strictly voice
Weinstein or
acting. That's
Margot
about
Robbie.
it.
Well, look what happened to what's his face, man.
Mignogna?
Rob
Vic
Schneider.
Mignogna?
Manana.
Well, no,
Oh,
Rob
Rob
Schneider.
Oh, him
Remember, he
too,
voiced
yeah.
his opinion, and they just exiled him.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's like,
Did you guys hear about
Yeah.
Rachel McAdams?
Yep.
yeah, she's
I did.
not in.
I just saw your video.
Yeah, she got out of she's out of Doctor Strange too because, well, she wanted to work with Scott Derrickson instead of Sam Raimi, and she's like, and as soon as Derrickson left, citing creative differences, it's like, let me guess, they wanted you to go woke and you told them to shove it. Basically, I'm guessing that's my speculation.
Yeah.
I mean, because
like,
she never really came across as a woke person, so to speak.
Definitely didn't look at some of the roles that she's done. I'm just thinking, going back to things like Mean Girls. So there's nothing woke about that. That's just women being psycho bitches.
Yeah, but she also she was a great Irene Adler.
Mm-hmm. I'm saying,
In the,
go back
Sherlock
to her
Holmes.
youth, though.
Oh, yeah.
She's never really been a woke person. She's done more offensive in your face stuff.
Yeah, she's one to not freaking mince around, man.
Like, dude, you remember her on True Detective? Man, that girl was something else.
I did see her in that. Oh my god, I can't remember what it was, but CBS or something like that. One of the main streaming services or whatever is going to have. I can't even remember the name of the show, but it's about the first female police commissioner. It's like,
Oh, who gives a fuck?
why is this relevant?
It's like
Because we need to do women in power. It's like,
And why
okay.
is it all the people who say they want to do things about strong women and women in power block me when I tell them they need to go down to the res and study the Buffalo women and the warriors of the tribe?
yeah.
honestly,
Study the
just
women of Sparta.
if they wanted to do that story, they should do it on Jamila Baez. The second we pull out of Afghanistan, the Taliban's gonna fucking execute her. She's Afghanistan's first female police chief, and that is a huge step forward for the Middle
yeah.
East.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
it's a much bit different thing dealing with those kinds of monuments in that area as opposed to here.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I honestly think that her story is a bit more intriguing than most of the stories that come out of the U.S. or even like just the Western hemisphere. It's like, oh look at this child activist that's combating weather change, and it's like, yeah, that's good, but I feel like there are more important things to worry about.
It's like all I'm hearing are words. What do you mean combating? All she's doing is just saying a bunch of crap.
All she's just doing is running her mouth and
Yeah.
getting embarrassment.
Yeah, exactly. It's like come
they're
on,
not
do
her
something.
words.
Poke
Anyone
somebody.
can
Come
tell
on,
you
do
that.
something.
She's a puppet,
Yeah.
as most all kids are used. They're puppets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, what other purpose does a child have? I mean,
Wait, are we talking about Greta?
Yeah.
Yes.
She's
Bro, did you guys see
How dare you.
that thing about Laura Dern and Jurassic World 3? how she's
Oh,
so
God.
happy to come back as a badass ass kicking feminist. I'm like,
Fuck
really?
Yeah, 'cause
I'm like-
that's why he came back.
I'm like, are we really now having to like ding fucking movies before they even get a start? Like,
How about she
Oh,
just says the truth? I'm proud to come back because I want a fucking paycheck.
Mhm.
That's what she's proud to come back for.
I mean,
like,
hey, I just flat out
do
say
we have
that.
to? Why do we have to paint the character as a fucking badass ass kicking feminist though? It's like, why can't she just be a badass ass kicking female?
Yeah.
Because we're not allowed to be strong unless we kiss the ass of the feminism shit and hate men.
Mhm.
Like I have a series that I want to animate. As to whether or not I'll be able to do that, who knows? But I have actually run through my mind. Should I have one of the characters, because she is physically, because it's a series with like superpowers. Physically, she is the strongest, but she's not the best because she doesn't have the. She can be overpowered. She can be outsmarted. She can be beaten in several ways, and I want her or the voice actor to play the character, making all these counter arguments to feminism, just being like, no, fuck you, I'm not kissing your ass. I'm a strong woman because because I worked hard, not because I kissed someone's ass.
Okay, who is this that we're
But on
talking
the other
about?
hand, I was saying it's something that I was thinking of having done.
Mhm.
Oh,
But
here,
on the other hand,
here.
I kind of want to keep my personal, animated projects apolitical. I don't want them to be marred because someone doesn't like my politics or whatever. And besides, politics don't age well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, and that's something that is only going to hurt many movies that do put political crap in their movies today. I mean, look at Terminator
Yeah,
Dark
and-
Fate.
Yep.
Exactly.
movie-
Now you can have, you can
Go
have
ahead.
politics. You can have politics in your film and show. It's just it needs to be self-contained. Like look at Star Trek. That was
Look,
very political, but
I'm totally
you can look
standing
back on it
fucking-
and still.
It was and it wasn't. It wasn't designed to actually have an involvement in current politics so much as basic human political moral decisions.
Exactly.
It was written to see show
Exactly.
both sides as human and try to make you decide for yourself.
Exactly. Like I just finished Battlestar Galactica, one of the best series I've ever seen. There's a lot of in-world politics, but you can extrapolate it to out of the world. But the reason that the series is still good is because the politics weren't exclusively 2005 politics.
Yeah,
Right.
they were just kind of
They
like
were
a universal
self-contained.
basis. Yeah,
Exactly. Like Tom
Um,
Zarek.
and they didn't ride front seat.
Whether or not you do politics, whether or not you throw the political stuff in there or not, you've got to do it in a way that's not bashing people on one side if they don't agree.
Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
that's not going to change anybody's mind anyways. If you really want to reach hearts and minds and change opinions, that's not going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Daryl Davis. That's all I'll say.
Mhm.
The point of movies are to entertain, not to preach.
Thank
Mhm.
you.
Like, I'm totally standing fucking Winona Earp on Sci-Fi right now. Like, if you want to watch a show that is like a prime example of how to make a successful, good, female-driven show, that's fucking what you do right there. That fucking show's great, man. It's like, at first I was like, oh, this is like chick flickish. So I was kind of like, eh. But the more I got into the first season, I really realized it was like, it's full of everything. It's got diversity. It's got strong male characters that aren't demeaned and denigrated. They're actually built up, supporting characters to her. She's flawed. She's sexy. She's funny, dude. She's not some Mary Sue. She's got her own problems, her own issues. And it's just like, they got lesbianism in there. Great. But it's not shoved down your throat. It's subtle. It's like,
Yeah,
but it's a fucking good
it's
show.
just there.
Yeah.
I might
it's
have to
like-
check that out then.
It's on Netflix, the first 3 seasons. They're working on the 4th now, but that thing has got like great scores from audiences across the board because it's just a good show. And it's got an interesting story to it too, man. It's like, but they didn't make politics first, shotgun on it.
Exactly. And this is where it drives me nuts. These people don't get, they're not going to reach a single person. Oh, they're gonna alienate. And it's not a good story. It's not complimentary to the people they claim they're reaching out to because real people are in-depth, complicated creatures. Real people have problems, have struggles. What makes us strong, what makes us incredible is overcoming those things.
Yeah.
You're not amazing if you always had everything easy and you did great. And everybody should notice how skilled you are at everything. Struggling, working hard to learn techniques, having failures. That's part of what makes us good. It's the conquering spirit.
Yeah, and I understand to some degree, like wanting to see something that represents yourself in film a bit more accurately. But like it's like, okay, I can see where you're coming from, but on the other hand, character is a bit more relevant. Like there was a cross-dresser in this show called Caprica that I saw recently. I didn't feel represented at all because it's like, oh yeah, that's cool, but I got nothing in common with this guy. He's flaunting everything. He's a showman. He's an asshole. I can't relate.
They always talk about, how do you want to see yourself in movies? Well, how would I see myself? Let's see. Pale skin, mixed race, gothic, headbanging, naturalist, hunter. Fuck it. It's not going to ever happen. Nobody's going to represent me in any way.
As long as you're white, I'm not going to represent you in a good way.
Well, technically, I'm not white. I'm pale skinned because I'm technically mixed race.
Oh, well, so, you get my point.
But yeah, but they're not going to want to represent an actual mixed race that's pale. They're not going to want that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's not going to exist either.
If you're not deemed oppressed enough, so to speak.
They can go suck it and go through IHS and see how oppressed they feel.
Exactly.
if you're not deep fried.
Body and mind.
Uh-oh.
Like, one of the other cool things about Winona Earp is, man, on Winona Earp, they've got both a male and a female villain. And at times they're against each other. Other times they're with each other. And it's like working together. But it's like the way they're written is just great. It's like, how can y'all have a duality like that and it just work? What's up? Okay. Am I still here?
Yes.
Yeah, you're still here.
It looked like Rosetta was frozen for a minute.
No, I'm working. See, I'm working on Mandy.
Those are some amazing drawings, I gotta say. And I thought mine were cool. They're just pencil sketchings, pretty much.
Well, you know what's funny is, other than a couple outlining pens and a little bit of digital work, this is mostly just Prisma pencil.
Dang. That's all I gotta say. Just dang.
Because I can't use most of the markers and pens because most of them are alcohol-based or have a lot of fumes.
Right.
They react to me. But we all have our own thing we're good at.
Yeah. I mostly do it for stress. Seems like what most commonly. Although I enjoy doing it for fun too. It's time consuming for me. It is.
Yeah, I'm a stressed out wacko, so.
Ooh.
Mike knows I'm not stable. He's been around me enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. I have internet issues.
Nah, it happens. Don't worry about it.
No, it's okay. My internet's been kind of off and on the last couple days too. You're good.
But see, this part.
So where were we?
Me doing this is important because
I was
drawing it.
Mm-hmm.
Orange. I was telling them about the duality of both a female and male villain on Winona Earp and how that just works organically together, like. Because they either work together sometimes for the common, evil, or they work against each other in their own vendetta. It's like,
yeah. Thing is,
wait. So
here's the thing.
There's multiple villains, and they work together and against each other.
Yep.
That is.
Like
oh
Legion
god
Doom
damn it!
shit.
That's so cool. I haven't seen that since Golden Wind.
Yeah, dude. It's actually really because basically the story is Wyatt Earp's family is cursed, because he created a bunch of demons while not like how to say it, like in his efforts for justice and peace, man, he did some bad shit and it created demons, and basically the Earp family is cursed now to carry out like the revenant hunting of these demons like throughout the generations. So the one bad guy villain, he's a revenant. The female, she's a witch. And like she works with Doc Holliday, who's been like gifted eternal longevity. forever cursed
Damn.
because of his hand in what Wyatt Earp did, But yeah, it's like so fucking interesting. It's like whoever's writing it, dude. It's Canadian work too. It's a Canadian production, fucking like written, like.
I mean, the interesting thing
as
is
many problems. Sorry,
it's okay. The thing is, this show does sound interesting, Winona Earp, but I do want to say something on the other spectrum of the woke female shows.
Yeah.
Notice how all these shows are supposed to say strong women this, strong women that. What's the gender of most of the villains?
Male.
Some, yes, but there are some that aren't.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at Batwoman, you got Alice, who is a complete psychopath. And it's like, I thought you were supposed to be bumping up women, Yeah. So you're kind of shooting yourselves in the foot when you do this woke garbage.
Not really. I think like on my take for the Batwoman thing, it's again a duality. They're showing the good in women with Batwoman and the bad in women with Alice. Like it's kind of like
well, they try. They just make a.
I think that was the attempt, but the outcome is
great in theory, but poor in execution, basically. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
the
thing is,
like
the Batwoman show had potential.
Pompeii.
The Batwoman show had potential. That's why I started watching it to review it and whatnot. It had potential.
It did.
But it quickly, or the first episode was not as bad as I thought it would be. And I give fair and honest reviews when I do reviews for my channel. If it's bad, I'm gonna tell you flat out. It is bad. If it's good, I'll tell you flat out it's good. If it has potential, it has potential. I won't lie. And the Batwoman show, it had potential. The second episode was a little bit better. The third episode was that's where it started to fall off.
Oh Lord.
And that was the one where they did the whole make Gotham safe again, and it's like you're taking political shots. You think that anybody with half a brain is not going to understand the the make something safe again, make and again? You think that they're not going to make the political connection?
Yeah.
You guys gotta, that's the problem with Hollywood. They think that the general showgoer or moviegoer are idiots.
Yeah.
It's like, we're not.
The average person is an idiot, but that doesn't make them stupid.
They're not giving us enough credit. What was that?
I mean, you guys should have seen it when I saw Endgame in theaters. I mean, literally, no joke. The credits start rolling for Endgame, and I look over to my friend. This dude is completely opposite spectrum, political and otherwise, but we both agreed on this one thing. I looked at him, and I'm like, that movie sucked. Everybody in that theater.
Thank you.
Everybody.
That's exactly how it was when I
looked at me as if I had shot a baby.
Dude, I know.
They're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, that movie had so many plot holes in it and mistakes. It made no sense.
Yeah.
It still doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
The version of time travel is like you take like 5 different theories of time travel and cram them together, even though they don't scientifically work together.
Yeah.
And they have complete and utter polar opposites, and then just go, it works because we said so.
Exactly. I mean, the only other time travel thing that I thought was semi-close to it was from a Netflix show from Germany called Dark, where no matter what they thought they were trying to do to change it, it still flowed with what happened.
Well, it's like look at Butterfly Effect. I mean, it's like no matter how much he went back to try and change it, everything just got fucked up. It was like,
that's the whole point of Butterfly Effect. It was even though you have the ability to change something, doesn't necessarily mean you should.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's when he decided. Say that again.
Once you have Pandora's boxes open.
Exactly.
Like, see, that's what the biggest thing about Endgame for me was, bro, y'all are sitting here and it's like we got to spin this giant web of confusion in order to get the end goal. And it's like all you would have had to have done, time traveled back to 2019 when Thanos was weakened, go to where you knew where he was at,
Yeah.
Before he snapped and destroyed the stones, kill him, get the stones, snap, undo everything. But no, they had to convolute it with 6 different freaking time settings. And it's like, you took something so simple and made it so overly complicated. It was just ridiculously ludicrous to try and spin into a story. And then you have to make up your own rules to make that story work.
Exactly.
Like, that's not how writing a movie works.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Jake, if you ever want to highlight a person's comment, all you have to do is click the person in the chat's comment, like what Senate just said, besides the final battle, I don't care for it.
Yeah.
You can highlight it to highlight any things like that.
It's
just
like
that.
What's her face, man? Fucking
that looks cool.
Nebula. The moment Nebula killed herself, she should have ceased to exist. They both came from the same timeline. They both came from 2014. You kill yourself in the past, you cease to exist in the future. That's just how that works. Like, she didn't come from an alternate timeline where she still existed. No, they came from the same linear timeline in 2014. So why did she not disappear? Like,
the way I see it, and this is by no way me defending that movie. So what I'm about to say, please do not take it as a defense of the movie. What they unintentionally did actually, I think they kind of did explain it a little bit with the Ancient One. When you change something, it creates a branch universe. It's no longer the universe that you came from. So when they went to the past to get the stones, automatically they changed, they were going into a different branched off universe. So by their own rules, by Marvel's own rules, those stones, when brought back to their time and their prime universe, should not have worked. Because one of the main things in Marvel comics with the Infinity Stones, all the different multiverses where there's Infinity Stones and whatnot. I mean, there's a universe where there's 7 Infinity Stones, not just 6.
Yeah, there's the Ego Stone.
There's the Ego Stone.
That's a good point.
And whatnot. And they did it during an amalgam comic with DC and Marvel where Darkseid has all 6 stones and the gauntlet, but they're not working.
Yeah, because
and the scientists surmised it's because it's not in its home reality.
Yep.
So, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. So when the Ancient One says, in this new reality, without our chief weapon, we'll lose, basically. And so that's when they did the whole MacGuffin of, you got to send them back where they came from at the exact point. It's like, it would still be very awkward. I mean, especially if it's Captain America doing it. I mean, seriously.
Oh, yeah.
He goes to Vormir. What is the first thing he's going to try doing when he sees Red Skull?
I don't know. I always wanted to know.
He's going to try kicking his ass.
After Infinity War, I'm like, what are they going to do with Red Skull? Nothing. It's like, what?
Yeah. It was fan service, man.
Yeah.
That's all it was to tie up a loose end because everybody for 6 years kept asking, where the hell is Red Skull?
I mean, there was
he zipped off to wherever. Where the fuck is he? You know, and that's how they answered it. And they didn't even get Hugo Weaving back to do it.
I was disappointed by that.
Yeah, and it actually came out recently. Hugo gave reasons why he didn't come back as Red Skull.
I heard he hated it because of all the makeup. That's what I heard.
No, it wasn't that. He was willing.
It was conflict of interest with a couple people I think that he was working with.
Oh, really?
It was conflict of contract.
Contract.
They wanted to take money away from him, or they weren't going to pay him his actual rate. And he's like, that's not what we agreed upon. You agreed to pay me my normal rate. And they're like, yeah, but it's like, no buts. No.
Yeah, that's the signed contract. Pay me or get sued.
It's like, no, we want to give that money to these bimbos because woman power.
Yeah.
It's like Joe Pesci did it over Gotti because they had him on the hook. They contracted him for it. They were going to pay him. He lost a bunch of weight, got healthy for it, and then turned around and cast somebody else and cut him out. And he's like, no, thank you. You're getting sued now because you violated the contract we had.
Yep.
And you're going to pay me for all my time, effort, and hard work to get healthy and stuff for the role and lose all the weight. And
I mean, shit. You should. Or from what I heard about Joker, the Joker movie,
Mhm.
Joaquin Phoenix, I mean, the guy's a great actor, but recently he's been doing some stupid shit. But
No, I don't know.
Oh, he's
I see
been
that.
been a little odd, I would say. I mean, I don't think he's like stupid, but I mean, I probably don't know the whole
he
story.
got his ass
though.
arrested.
Yeah, that's yeah.
He got his
Yeah.
ass arrested, and then he starts saying, "My white privilege this, my white privilege that." At the BAFTA Awards, it's like, okay, racist.
Oh, I saw the.
It's not even so much that.
I didn't watch
Dude,
it,
did you guys look at the audience of the people there at the BAFTAs? Dude, it was 99% white.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was like maybe 3 black dudes and 1 black chick that they focused on, and it wasn't even a focus on. You could just see him in a couple rows back, and it's like, bro, I mean, it isn't all white.
They have to make up things.
Yeah.
They have to make up things. It's happening in the political system here too. These stories they're running everywhere, claiming that 91% of the people who voted in the Iowa caucuses were white. There's no racial information gathered in Iowa caucuses. As somebody who's fucking worked in them, they are making this up.
Yeah, just because Iowa's population is 90% white doesn't mean that represents what voted.
That's not accurate, anyways. The census does not count correctly because they claim the city I live in is 5% black, and about a third of the city is black neighborhoods.
I'm just going by what the statistics I read.
Yeah, I'm saying the census is bullshit too, and that's another rant people in this area have. But I hate the fucking state, anyways. But
like,
let's not lie about it. There's enough wrong with it without making shit up.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. I watched that the new what's it called? Michael B. Jordan and
Just
Brie
Mercy?
Larson. Yeah, dude. Why did he not get no love?
I don't know.
He did a hell of a fucking job in that movie.
Yeah, I just saw the trailers and I thought it seemed like he was doing a pretty good
movie?
job.
Just Mercy.
Yeah, with Jamie
Michael
Foxx.
B. Jordan pulled it out, man. I was like, well, hell.
I didn't see that one.
Hey, it
But
looked really
going
good. in
back
the
to the
trailers.
Joker,
I don't know
screeners
if I've heard of it.
They got the
Going back
screener
to-
up for it.
going back to the Joker for a second, where he lost all that weight.
Oh.
Yeah.
What he did to lose all that weight
Yeah.
is nuts. I couldn't do that.
What do you do?
He only had an apple a day.
Jesus.
Oh,
He
Fuck
took
no.
he took
Not healthy.
no, he took cues from
Christian Bale?
didn't he like ask Christian Bale for advice for The Machinist on how he managed to lose that much weight that
Oh, I
quickly?
I think
I don't
so,
know.
but yeah, man, they didn't mention it in the special features of Joker.
Uh-uh.
But that's one of the things that's where I actually get some of the information for my videos is when a lot of people don't realize this. Special features are a great thing when you are a person like me or like us on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you do movie stuff and movie talk. Check out your special features on your movies. Don't just get a movie just to enjoy the movie. Check out the special features because you'll never know what kind of gold mines you might be missing.
I'm just gonna go off on a. I'm just gonna quickly come back to this topic. I just want to go back to what we were talking about the BAFTAs. There,
Oh yeah.
it's like it's like okay. You're trying to say we need to fight race. We need to fight racism. You were saying?
Yeah.
It's the thing, man. We at one point in society, we all fought for equal rights and equality, equal opportunity, and now it's shifting away from that again. It's pedestaling one over another.
Demonizing. They're just demonized. They're going. We've regressed. That's the problem. We've regressed. And here's the thing. I did a video on this one too, and I said this is probably going to be my most important video that I do. With all these white privilege actors that continue to say that they have white privilege, what they don't realize is they are literally acting in a way that is the definition of the second definition of racism, to place oneself above another based on the color of their skin.
Yeah.
When you say I have white privilege, that my privilege has allowed me better opportunities than people of color and this and that, you are acknowledging that you are racist right there. Because
I don't think so for Joaquin though, man. Like that guy, you guys got to imagine he's been around since what, 81? I mean, like was his first movie? I mean, the dude's been through 3 generations of Hollywood and the cycle of it all, and seeing how, I mean, if you think back to the 90s, man, black actors and actresses were getting a lot more recognition than they are today. Will Smith, I mean,
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, all of them, man. And now it's like, dude, we're just falling
Well, that's
back
the
out.
thing.
Like, you remember Halle Berry was like top of the fucking totem pole for a while.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whitney
I mean,
Houston.
that's
Not Whitney Houston. What the fuck is her name? Vivica A. Fox. She was
Yeah.
another one. And then the other chick that was in the she's the hell is her name? She was another big black actress back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Trying to remember a movie she was in.
I gotta say, I did like Vivica in Independence Day. That was good.
I have yet to be the guy who didn't like watching her in that movie, especially when you first meet her.
Well, she was in bed when you first met her, but yeah.
Yeah, but the first time you really actually see her character is when she's dancing in the strip club, more than just the leaning in bed slightly.
Wait, who are we talking about now?
It's between the two.
Vivica A. Fox.
The first time
Oh,
she's
right.
Independence Day, she's in bed half naked, and then she's dancing on a stripper pole. Of course, men like her in that movie.
Well, people who say that really haven't paid attention. I mean, there's a whole lot of shit that goes between that moment and that.
I know there is, but those are the first times you really experience her. And
Those are the ones that, that's the one thing that most people do
To the
too.
door.
A lot of men that I know, that's what got them into watching the movie and liking her, whether they like the other stuff she did or not.
Geek, were you thinking of Ava Mendes, by the way?
No.
Because she was also another one that broke out too.
Well, you guys remember though? I mean, look at movies like the one there with the black girls that was like robbing the banks. Dude, there was
Jesus.
With Will Smith's wife, man. What the hell's her name?
Jada
Pinkett Smith.
She's a bimbo.
Yeah. she was a big name back in the 90s.
Ever since she freaking came out and
what was
said,
the name of that movie?
Which one? The bank robbing one?
Yeah.
Hustlers. That's what it was.
Yeah.
At my old job, I had a buddy who saw it.
Set it off, dude. That was what it was.
Ever since
had Vivica A. Fox in it too.
Yeah. But yeah, ever since Jada Pinkett Smith came out and said on freaking television with her daughter that she has talked about masturbation, and she actually said that she did masturbate around her daughter. It's like,
Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett.
She was also a good one too. Man, I love that woman in freaking Vampire in Brooklyn.
This is about to either get slightly better or much, much worse. How old was her daughter supposed to be when she said that?
Her daughter, this happened last year. Alexa, how old is Willa Smith?
Willa Smith is 19 years old. She was born on October 31st.
Still though.
18 years old.
I mean, I'm almost 20, and it's like if like my parents were talking about that, I'd be like, what?
Yeah, but it was what she said, man.
Yeah.
She's actually admitted to actually talking about her daughter masturbating in front of her and this and that. It's like, what are you, man?
The Smiths, they're a weird group, man.
Okay, if it was just the birds and the bees, that would have been fine. But that's a little far.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You don't teach your kid how to actually do it.
God.
You usually let them figure that shit out.
Yeah, Major League Baseball players are looking at that going, damn, that's really far.
That's, oh my gosh, man. When she said that shit, it's like, no way, hell no, goodbye.
So what do you think? Yeah, exactly. What were you thinking? Why would you say that?
Yeah. And then it was like, I think right around 2010, the pendulum started swinging back again.
Oh yeah, I remember.
It was, Hollywood, man, like Hispanics in Hollywood were growing too in the 2000s, and then it just kind of, that's where Ava Mendes came in.
Yep, and Javier Bardem.
Yep. What was it? John Leguizamo started an upward spiral, or upward climb back in the 2000s as well. Now he's like,
I haven't seen him much in a long time.
Oh,
he doesn't do a lot.
Last time I saw him was in John Wick movies.
Playing with Fire was the last one I watched him in with John Cena. And he was just a clown. It was like Sid the Sloth, but in human form. It was like, dude.
A lot of people don't realize this. John, or how tall is John Leguizamo? Isn't he like 6 feet?
No, he's short.
Alexa, how tall is John Leguizamo?
John Leguizamo is 5 feet 6 inches tall.
Yeah.
Wow.
5 feet 6 inches.
Yeah, I
He
remember
is a
that.
freaking midget.
I remember that from him playing Violator in
Hey,
On, yeah. But they actually said because he spread his legs, it made him even shorter because of the prosthetics and the costume. So he was actually coming across as like 5 feet.
Hmm.
But my gosh, man, he freaking nailed that part awesome in Spawn. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
easy with that face I'm eating.
Dude, honestly, he was probably the best part of Spawn.
Yeah, I know, right? Spawny, he's our man. If he can't do it, no one can. Oh my god, dude. It was just nuts. And even his own boss got sick of his ass. He actually drags him back to hell just to frickin' beret him, man, during his little frickin' cheering routine.
Uh-huh.
He's like, enough. Man, I sent you up there for a fucking reason. Stay focused. Oh my gosh, man. I remember the toy when I actually collected some of the toys of the Spawn movie. Malbolgia, oh my god, he was like fucking 2.5, 3 feet tall. That toy.
Yeah, he was. I think it was like 24 inches, I think.
Yeah, 2 feet. And it's like, damn. But yeah, oh my gosh, the Violator, oh my gosh, dude, that was just, I'm gonna cut you into 50 pieces and mail you to every state. I'm gonna take your intestines and see his dog pissing on him. Never get any respect around here. Oh my gosh, man. And I remember that they actually did 2 or 3 different cuts of the Spawn film. Yeah. They did the director's cut, then they did the normal cut, and then they did the edited cut of the normal cut. Because the normal cut, they had those punks in the freaking cemetery, where he's like, I command the forces of darkness to put all their power into me, and then he stabs the skull. And then in the normal R-rated cut, it's I command powers of Satan or whatnot. And then they kept it normal in the director's cut, that scene. But oh my gosh, man, they did. It's like, why the hell would you dumb it down for a PG-13? Boy.
Like we're in a pussy society?
Yep.
Get down, you freaking! What are you trying to give us a visual of a pussy? Get down! Sorry,
I mean, I was going to make a comment on how PG-13 is a good thing, but it kind of made the disparity between PG and R just painful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, PG-13 wouldn't have existed without Critters and Gremlins.
It was almost the same as turning Deadpool PG-13.
Airplane,
yeah.
Airplane was part of that protest too because of how much they crammed into it as PG.
Oh yeah.
Well, because it was just slick innuendos, man. That's how they played that one. They just.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Deadpool 1, when they were doing the marketing and they had Mario Lopez talking to freaking Ryan Reynolds, then you have Deadpool slinking back behind Mario Lopez and just smacks him with a chair. Fuck you, Slater.
Go plant the bomb. Go plant the bomb.
Yeah.
There you go. Sorry. What are you doing? Plant the fucking bomb, dude. You're a dumbass. You could have planted it twice already.
I mean, there was one. I actually saw a TV release of Deadpool where he goes after the little Agent Smith dude. Mm-hmm. And if you watch the movie, not the edited shit, he slices that dude in half from waist down. I mean, he puts it in his gut and then just kind of jumps to put the sword out through the dude's crotch and whatnot. He's split. The first time they put Deadpool on TV, They forgot to edit that.
Oh.
And oh my gosh, there were some parents that flipped the fuck out.
I don't care how much you edit it. It's not a kids movie.
It isn't.
No.
Because the only way to
It's,
try to make
like-
it kid friendly is to cut out like you have 2 minutes of movie.
The entire movie.
Right? You just get Deadpool
Like,
sitting there.
I saw
Like a few little clips of a few seconds here where he's sitting calm, or a few seconds here where he says hi to somebody or something like that, and that's about it. Everything else is gone.
That reminds me, I saw some lady take her kids to see Joker the second time I went, and they walked out. They walked out at the scene where Joker opens up, or Arthur at that point opens up his notebook, and an image of a nude woman falls out, and I see this family of 4. It was I think it was like a woman, her 2 girls, and like the woman's sister or friend or something. They all walk out of the theater, and I'm sitting there thinking, "You dumbass! It's rated R. What were you expecting?"
We thought it was a comic book
It's not a
movie. They
fucking
had
kids
signs
movie.
in the lobby.
Why'd you bring your preteen kids to see an R-rated movie?
Oh, I mean, my dad did that with me all the time, but he knew what he was getting. He checked him out before he watched him with me.
Yeah.
An older couple went to the pre-screening of Joker when it was here in my town. We had a pre-screen the night before. This older couple, they're like, "This Joker probably going to be a movie about funny people." I'm like, I still want to save them, but I didn't.
I want to tell them, but I don't.
Exactly. And oh my gosh, man, when they saw Arthur kill the guy with the scissors, and the midgets freaking out, and there's so much blood and shit, I kind of looked over to the older couple, and there's some shocked looks on their face. The woman's face is shocked as hell. The old man he's a fucking grump, man. But anyway, he was just grumpy. He's like really pissed off because this is not what the kind of movie he wanted to see.
Well, who's
But then, exactly. But then the freaking midget, she's like, "You can go." And
Really, there's 4 on 6?
And he just scares the hell out of him. It's like, I'm expecting a puddle at this dude's feet. But yeah, after the movie ends, he helps his wife up. They are freaking booking it out of the freaking theater. They get into the car, and this is in the middle of the village of where I live. And they screech their tires to leave or get pulling out, man. It's only 25 miles an hour in the stretch of road where the theater is. They peeled out going like 40 to 50. And it's like, holy shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, I guess you didn't like it.
Yeah, probably not. I went to see Deadpool for the first time when it came out, and I saw it in an IMAX show, and it was pretty. It was packed. So I sat in the front. I sat in the front row. And so I'm sitting a little more, sitting a little more towards the right end of the front row, and then this younger couple was like, I don't. I was like, oh shoot, maybe the early mid 20s.
Okay?
The Fortnite's it's getting to them.
Work.
Looks good.
Yeah. So this couple walks in, and guess what they have? Guess what they have with them?
A kid?
A baby.
What?
A baby.
Babies shouldn't be taken to theaters anyway. It hurts their ears.
You guys know.
Take a baby under a couple years old.
Shit, there's a
Skywalker.
lot of movie theaters here in Georgia now that are following that suit with nobody under the age of 13 and under, I think it is allowed in a rated R movie. You are not allowed to buy tickets for them and take them with you.
Good.
Nice.
No more babies, no more little kids, no more preteens.
Yeah.
That's a good policy to have, man, because I'm tired of seeing these kids in here watching Neighbors and Deadpool and all that. It's like, let them watch it at home when it comes out on video, if that's the thing, man.
I'm fine with the idea of kids seeing these movies because it should really be up to the parents. If the parent is taking them to see a movie like that, it should really be on the parents to, be the parent, to guide them through the things that are happening, to let them filter it for themselves. My dad, he had a bit of a stick up his ass, but he would still let me do that every time we saw a PG-13 movie. I was able to see things like Jurassic Park as early as 4 because of that. He wouldn't let me watch any R-rated movies, but that's what Mom was for. And they both did a pretty good job at that. They let me experience it at my rate, and if I needed help, then they'd help me.
Mm-hmm. There was during the pre-screening of Star Wars Episode 9 here.
Okay, fine.
The lesbian kiss that they had, and how they also kind of show those two holding hands and running together and whatnot at the end.
Yeah.
Well, when the lesbian kiss happened, there was a 4-year-old kid next to his parents asking, "Daddy, why is that woman kissing a younger woman?" Because if you pay attention, the character that they turned into a lesbian, the one that was Leia's helper in Episode 8, she's kissing another woman that is like 30 years younger than her.
I know it's like that's a pretty big age gap there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't mind the representation. I honestly don't.
I don't either.
I mean, I have family in the LGBTQ community.
Yeah,
but it's like, even when my own family members talk to me about it, because they know that I'm on YouTube and all, they're like, "You saw that kiss, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." Why was she almost? Jeez. And it's like, it's not pedophilic. They're both adults, but it is kind of off and whatnot. But when a 4-year-old kid asked the parent why 2 women are kissing, that should tell you, Disney that is, that you shouldn't be sexual shit in movies that kids are going to watch. Because, look at Thor, Love and Thunder. You're confusing kids when a king needs a queen. It's a fucking queen of Asgard.
Disney is the one that's always saying it's for kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a kids movie.
That's why they bash us for having
confused.
It's for fucking kids.
Why do you think they wear gloves?
Well, look, it's for fucking kids. So why are we doing
Oh, dude. Perfect. Oh, my gosh.
Of course
Birds,
it was.
that was awesome.
I still haven't seen that damn movie.
Episode 9?
Yep.
Don't waste your time.
I already know everything that's going to happen.
Dude, no. Here's what I'm going to say. Watch it for yourself. Figure it out for yourself, whether you like it or not. Because here's the thing. As I said in my own reviews,
I just don't care, man.
The movie is bad, objectively and subjectively, if you are a humongous Star Wars fan and have been for many, many years. I mean, there are going to be some who are 77ers who actually did like Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
But then again, those are probably general moviegoers, not people with critical eye or have followed the lore of the books. But the thing is, for people like me who have the books and have literally eat, sleep, bled, and sweat blood.
Fuck!
Oh, he's frozen there.
Yeah, even... Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Orange Hat, you good?
He froze up.
Always he does.
Dude, I'm a general audience member when it comes to Star Wars, and all 3 fucking movies suck.
Yep, there you go.
Like they're just
I'm
bad movies.
It's not worth killing myself, and it literally does have a seizure warning. And I was literally getting a headache seeing the reflection of that scene off my friend's skin when she posted a video of her shocked face watching it.
No, that they were just bad movies. Like, and everybody's like, "Oh, why are you throwing shade at Chris Terrio? He's an Oscar winner." I don't give a fuck.
But remember, I'm fucking
wrote a bad movie and then
So what?
justified it with that's up to y'all's imagination.
No,
Yeah, so was Brie Larson.
Right? Dude, that's my argument for Oscars is that Oscar only matters for the movie it was won for. It doesn't guarantee shit for any movie that follows after.
Yeah.
And stop selling movies on Oscar Academy Award winning. It's not doing anything.
Yeah,
It's a hype level. It's like, get off of that, man. Chris Terrio wrote a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like, did he have a lot to work with? No.
Yeah.
But it was still bad.
Right. Yeah, to me, it's like I would have been, even after
It's like look at Solo, the dad and son team. People were like, dude, Solo's gonna be a bad movie. It's gonna have poor ass writing, and they're like, well, how could you tell? This guy's great, and he's been his son's his protege. I said because they haven't wrote shit that's been worth a damn in 25 years.
Yeah, exactly.
They haven't been relevant for 2 decades.
It's like
everything they've written since then has been garbage.
It's like it's the son of Lawrence Kasdan. You mean the Lawrence Kasdan who wrote The Force Awakens?
Yeah.
It's like that's the most recent one. Empire be damned. That was like almost 40 years ago.
The Force Awakens was boring as fuck, and it was a clone of other stories.
I agree.
It was an exact clone of New Hope.
Yeah, there's a homage, and then there's just the exact.
Wait. It wasn't exact because it sucked more.
Yeah, exactly. It was
well, that's what made it suck more because it wasn't
just that it was a clone that it sucked more.
If that movie had any kind of hint of originality, it probably would have been received better. But
it still sucked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have been more interested in episode 9, but just the fact they had Palpatine basically turned me away from it just completely.
Yeah, even the normies that I know are like, yeah, the movie was great, but Palpatine was kind of weird. Why'd they do that? I don't believe he's dead.
You mean like in this one, you don't believe he died in this one?
Yeah, like even the normiest of normie people that I know are like, yeah, I don't believe that Palpatine's really dead this time either. But the movie was fine.
And
I'm sitting here going, ooh, I have to really watch what I say around you then.
Yep.
Yeah, geez, sorry about that.
No, it happens. It's okay.
No, it's okay. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Like
Anyway,
Disney is just out of originality, man. Like they have nothing creative.
They are.
Bank. They are bankrupt.
Creativity. Look at their early stuff was still based on other people's work.
Yeah, a lot of
exactly
like the Grimm fairy tales and a lot of like
and when they try and be original, it fails. Like look at the Tomorrowland or some shit. It's
God.
A Wrinkle in Time.
In defense of Disney.
A Wrinkle in Time, A, they were still going after something somebody else wrote, and B, they absolutely fucking butchered the book.
Yeah,
they hired to stand for the exact opposite of what the book means to work in it. And they race swapped it, even though it actually was important to the book series, the fact that certain characters were redheaded Celts. Because there were parts of this book series where you were going through time dealing with their ancestors in order to change what was going to happen.
Yeah.
In defense of early Disney, they were innovating new technologies, and so I think their focus is more on that. And to top that off, they still changed the story somewhat to the point where you could actually make a legitimate argument for like fair use if the Grimm stories and such were like copywritten material. Mm-hmm. So it is transformative. So in a way, it is its own content. So I will defend early Disney on that.
Early Disney, I have no problem with. It's this new age Disney.
Disney died around 2002, man.
Yeah,
like the company when Eisner took over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and now Iger's doing the same shit Eisner did, making the same fucking mistakes, the same risks that aren't paying off. It's like the same shit that got Eisner booted off the board. It was like, but going back, it's like we keep rewarding stupidity.
Yeah,
going back to the Palpatine thing, there are some fans who like Rise of Skywalker that are going to say, well, they're going to explain it eventually in the book and this and that. It's like,
fuck off.
Here's the thing. You cannot explain logically, illogically, or otherwise how somebody can be so powerful that they can will their atoms back together.
Mm-hmm.
Palpatine, when he was dropped down that shaft in Return of the Jedi, was atomized.
Mm-hmm.
He died.
Twice.
Oh yeah, twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people skip over this fact. He had to survive the vacuum of fucking space after exploding twice.
And if he was still on that large section of the Death Star, which had to survive re-entry into the atmosphere and impact, which many people pointed out probably would have rendered a lot of the terrain. No, would have rendered a lot of the terrain on Endor extinct, given the impact of the size of something that big.
Exactly, and it wasn't Endor; it was other. It was a different planet.
But
it was an ocean moon of Endor.
Part of the galaxy.
That's what I heard. What were you saying, Bertz?
I said that's why I made the joke earlier a few weeks ago. He Mary Poppins his way back to Exegol.
Yep.
There you go.
Been hearing that a lot. It's like, yep.
I mean, and also, I've talked to a lot of people who are huge lore fans, EU lore fans, about how he's the most powerful Sith Lord. It's like bullshit.
Yeah.
The immortal Emperor Darth Vitiate, for anybody who goes that far in, like Star Wars: The Old Republic and whatnot, the game, you'll find out who Vitiate is. He's also known as Valkorion. He's also known as Darth Tenebrae, Darth Vitiate, and then he's also known as Valkorion. But anyway, one of the things from EU that Palpatine was obsessed with was eternal life. He never got it. Valkorion, or Tenebrae, Vitiate, however you want to go by, whichever name he goes by, he did it. He figured it out. And everybody's like, well, Sidious can create black holes or wormholes. And it's like, we don't know what the Immortal Emperor or the Sith Emperor was capable of, because they never expanded on the lore of that time. So we honestly don't know his full. I mean, the dude laid waste to a freaking planet on a whim, and he fed off of it to become immortal, or to fuel his already long lifespan. It's like, dude, you guys don't get it. He fucked around with people, possessed people from a galaxy away. I mean, there's only one person in the EU that I knew that did that otherwise, or other than him, and that was Abeloth from the Fate of the Jedi series, who was on par power scale wise with the ones of Mortis in the Clone Wars. They're literally like gods of the frickin' Force. Abeloth was basically just a shade weaker than them, and a very thin shade weaker, mind you. But you also have, and then you have somebody like the Immortal Sith Emperor.
What are you doing, dumbass? Oh my god!
And then
no, I would much rather execute my enemies. A grenade is
it's like,
useless compared to
get
the
your
Force.
frickin' Sith on and just start shocking. But yeah, then you have him, who's actually could possibly go up against the son, so to speak, or the son from Mortis. He could possibly give him a run for his money, the Immortal Emperor. But everybody's like, oh no, Palpatine's the strongest. He could do this, he could do that. It's like, man, Palpatine was a bitch. If he was to go up against freaking, I don't know, Darth Bane, he would have got his ass slaughtered.
Oh yeah.
Because Darth Bane even was picking up on methods to immortality, because he realized that Zana might not have been as worthy as he initially thought. So he was looking for a way to preserve himself if necessary, because Zana was becoming stupid at the time. But hey, man, she took over, or she beat him fair and square after he tried essence transfer. And a lot of people actually thought he may have won because of the twitching hand, but that was only an after effect. But it's like, hey, now if you ask me, if Darth Cognis, which was Bane's second apprentice, but then Zana's apprentice, this is for those who know the EU, the Darth Bane trilogy and whatnot, she would have been a very powerful Sith in the Clone War era, because the reason why she called herself Cognis, she could literally manipulate future events. She had that power as an Iktachi. She could do it.
I was going to say this because she could think.
Fucking dumbass people.
See? The power of thought is very powerful.
I know, right?
I wouldn't know about that.
But man, if she was alive, or during the Clone War era, man, she would have made Palpatine look like a freaking kindergartner in a Sith robe. It's no doubt there. The older Sith of the Rule of Two, which were the progenitors of the Rule of Two, Bane, Zana, and Cognis, they were, in my opinion, the most powerful of the Rule of Two Sith.
That metaphor, I'm just imagining Darth Sidious just drawn like a chibi. Just
know,
tiny
right?
body, massive
As a
head.
kid, yeah. As a kid with
Yeah.
a freaking Sith thing. But I will say this.
am the Senate.
That's not how the Senate
Yeah.
works, kiddo.
I am the Senate.
No,
But yeah.
I am the Senate.
I will say this for episode 9. He looked good when he was restored. For when he actually was restored by stealing the Force from what's their names? The stupid dyad
He looked
idiots.
The dead.
But and when
He
he
looked better.
or a lot of people keep on saying when he used Force lightning to light up the battle above, it's like he didn't use Force. It's a version of Force lightning, but it's not Force lightning. Anybody who knows their frickin' knowledge of EU, that's called a Force storm. And that is something that is far more powerful than Force lightning. You are literally affecting an atmosphere around you when you cast a Force storm.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's face it, he was frying every fucking ship,
Yeah.
but he wasn't touching the Imperial ship. So that tells you just how precise Palpatine can be with his powers.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that didn't make sense, and this was leaked, so I'm sorry, spoilers for anybody who doesn't know, he's shooting Force lightning as powerful as it can be at Rey, and she's just one hand, yeah, bring it on, granddaddy. It's like, okay,
and then
no.
she
That
and then
amount
she
of
pulls
power
out the other
would have
lightsaber.
pushed her back.
At least.
That amount of power would have pushed her back, at least. Then she gets the second one. You're like, ah! And it's like, as soon as you see fear in your eyes, dude, what should you do? Any common sense person would do this. Stop using Force lightning.
Just to
Yeah,
fight right
honestly, the only thing that would have made that scene infinitely better was have any of you seen Dragon Ball Z Abridged?
Yes,
Oh,
I love
God.
that.
Yeah, I like when I saw her pull out the second lightsaber in my head. Cell went, "Behold the power of 2 hands."
Yeah, I know, right? That was awesome. Oh my gosh, man! But dude, when it's like and then he said, and then the 2 fucking lines that were ripped straight from Avengers Endgame.
Yep.
I am all the Sith.
Don't
And I
remind
am
me.
all the Jedi. It's like, bitch, did you just seriously fucking rob Robert Downey Jr.?
Of course they did. It's J.J. Abrams.
I know.
Well,
it's
that's-
like, dude, you are a
Abrams is
fucking hack.
hack with no
That's why she
creativity.
robbed him. Rob is
Yeah.
in the name. Robert. Robert.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, dude.
Five
Oh,
rated
big
shit.
props to Robert Downey Jr., by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Hmm.
they asked him, or he was on, I can't remember the dude's show, but this was like a couple weeks ago, possibly,
Mhm.
I think last week. He was on a show, and they asked him, do you regret doing blackface for Tropic Thunder? And it's like, I didn't do blackface, and I don't regret it either, because I wasn't doing
I
blackface,
love
first
that.
off.
Was it Joe?
But
Rogan?
yeah,
Was it Joe Rogan?
yes, it was the Rogan.
Yeah, it was.
It was Joe Rogan.
Get out
But
of
it's
my
like,
fucking
he wasn't
way.
even doing blackface. For anybody who knows anything, blackface is literally clown makeup just with black instead of white, and it to exaggerate features.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
And
everybody
it's-
turned it into something stupid. And God, I don't want to get
it's
too much
designed
into this, but
specifically to, turn the idea of a black
Insult.
person into a clown.
yeah.
But in the movie Tropic Thunder, it's a white dude who
Playing a black
apparently
man.
I haven't seen the movie, but apparently he even had like pigment darkening surgery, and everyone
Yes.
else calling him out on it. It's a parody of
Yeah.
blackface.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Yeah. I mean, they actually went after Mary Poppins.
Yep.
The
Because of all
movie. It's like, they got blackface on. It's like,
It's
did you work in England in the 1960s and early 1900s? Because if you did, you'd know that there are chimney sweepers.
Mhm.
You know that they wouldn't take a shower until after their shifts, and you'd know that they'd get a lot of sun on their face.
Yep.
That's not being
Coal miners.
blackface.
Mm-hmm.
What was
But-
that joke going around last year? The coal miners did blackface.
Exactly, man. And even not to get too much into politics, I'm not going to get too much into it.
Oh no.
But there was one person that actually did call out Joy Behar when she actually admitted to doing the whole, or to dressing up as Don Summer or whoever it was. And he's like, hey, well, you did blackface. Donald Trump Jr. says that straight to him. I never did blackface. It's like, you admitted it like earlier in the year.
I'll be right back. I'm having issues. I gotta reset some stuff.
Okay.
All right. Hey, we'll see you in a couple minutes.
Yeah, I didn't hear that about. You said it was Don Trump Jr.
Yeah, Donald Trump Jr. was actually on The View. Also, you see the things below the main screen that shows us? There you go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
You can do that too. But yeah, he actually did that, and oh my God, everybody started booing him, and she started fighting. It's like, let's show the clip because she did. It's like, you guys don't fucking realize that you are your own worst enemies by pulling all this fucking woke shit.
Even before, like, knew about a lot of the political stuff, I just cannot stand The View.
Yeah,
I can't stand it either.
It's out of me.
Why hunt down someone for something that they did like 20 years ago, even 10 years ago?
Exactly. Exactly.
It's like, if
I
they
mean,
still
unless it
believe
is a grievous crime, yeah. But,
yeah, exactly. Like, even if they stand by it, still, like, at that point, it's like, okay, yeah, fair enough, call them out, but don't like end their career.
Yeah.
Let the
well,
people
here's the
decide.
thing. Back then, they have to realize, back then is not today.
Yeah.
Back then, there was a different norm.
And there's
back
also
then,
the idea of
things were different, accepted, and whatnot. But yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
There's also the idea of separating the art from the artist, which I understand can be really hard. Like Rurouni Kenshin, supposedly the author was ousted as a pedophile a few years ago, but at the same time, the story's still really fucking good. So do you buy the comic or no? You know, it's like,
you're not buying the comic to support pedophilia. You're buying the comic to frickin' enjoy the comic.
To support a good story, and also the other people that worked on it. The publishers, the printers. They're not getting most of the money, but still.
I mean, even when Joker was in theaters,
I was just about to say, yeah.
Or because of the song they had with him on the stairs, I can't even remember what it's called.
Gary Glitter, the Hay song.
Yeah, the Hay song. From Gary Glitter, because yeah, it's like, so you guys couldn't find anything on the movie, so now you're going after some guy that's, I think, still in jail or whatever.
Yeah. The thing is, he's not even in like a prison. It's like a luxury air quotes prison. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's the problem with prisons. If you're gonna freaking lock up somebody, do not give them the freaking luxuries.
Yeah.
Unless they can actually pay for the luxuries. But do not give them like a fucking double bed and shit like that.
Yeah.
Do not give them a fucking humongous TV for their fucking cell. No, man. I have family that worked in law enforcement. There's a federal prison right up the road where my dad used to, or like, well, 2 towns over, Saranac, Raybrook. Yeah. In Raybrook, there's the federal prison. I mean, when my dad met John Gotti Jr. And yes, my dad met John Gotti Jr. because John Gotti Jr. was incarcerated in the FCI in Raybrook when he was working there. And also, Gotti Jr. was in there, or still there, when his father had died. And he pleaded with the deputies and the warden, like, please, you can strap me up, have a shotgun to my head the whole time, have me in chains, but please let me go to my father's funeral. You want to know what they said to him? There's a TV. Watch it over there.
Oh,
dang.
Yep. Here's the thing, folks. Take it from somebody who has actually been in jail. They don't give a fuck about your feelings.
Yeah.
Now, the mental health people do, sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's different.
Because if you say if you say that you're suicidal or whatnot, they'll immediately call a mental health person up and have them evaluate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't want the prison being liable for that, and
Yeah.
that's the selfish reason.
Yeah,
There are
but if
altruistic
you say
reasons,
that you're
but
but if you want to watch more TV or whatever, they're going to say, no, it's your time to lock in. You lock the hell in. Oh my gosh, man, I could tell you guys so many freaking stories when I was in jail because there were minors on the pod because they were too troublesome over in the minor pod area. So they get sent over to the first pod and whatnot, where I was for 9 months. And these idiots, oh my God, one kid, he refused to lock in.
Oh boy.
And whatnot. And so they called down the CERT team, the ERTs, the emergency response teams.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a female deputy that got up to him. She's like, get on the ground. He's like, fuck you. And then that she grabs him, throws him on the ground, puts her knee on his back and handcuffs him, drags him to his cell, throws him in, and closes the door. And
Damn.
everybody in that pod who was an inmate, myself included, because you got to do certain stuff you might not usually do on the inside, laughed our freaking asses off at this punk. Because this kid was going around to all the other inmates freaking saying, I could do this, I could do that. It's like, dude,
What now?
I guarantee you, if this door was open, you'd be dead.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these people would
Talk
slaughter
shit,
you in a heartbeat.
Get hit.
The thing is, guess what? When he aged out in jail. He turned 18 in jail. He got put in with the adults when he got sent up to Jamesville. And not a week later, after his birthday, he is in the ICU. Broken ribs,
Ooh.
broken leg, broken arm.
Gee,
Busted
I
jaw.
wonder how this happened.
All that juiciness, because it's like, man, you just didn't get it.
Mhm.
You seriously thought that you would freaking, oh my gosh, man. And I told him before he even aged out it's like, dude, I know you're going to age out in here. I know, or it's the talk of the freaking pod right now. When you go up to the Ville, you're going to talk smack to the wrong person. And you think you're big enough that you're going to handle that. You're going to get your ass kicked.
Yep.
And he did.
They just get
Yeah,
stitches.
It's why
It wasn't anything about being a snitch. It was just idiots get stitches.
No, I said bitches.
He picked the fight. Idiots, yeah. It's like, oh my God, he picked the wrong fight. There was another minor. The reason why he was in jail was he shot at a detective nearly point blank and missed.
What?
Yeah. And he's talking about when he gets sent up because he got tried as an adult. He was 16. He got tried as an adult, attempted murder on a police officer. They take that shit seriously.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to get in with the right crowds. It's like, dude, no, you're not. He's like, what do you mean? You're going to talk. Here's the thing. As much as I think that you have at least wisened up a tiny bit, look at what you did during your sentencing, where you literally looked at the cops after you got sentenced. Y'all be safe now. And now you're going to go up and talk shit, saying how you almost killed a cop. Almost. Focus on that, folks. Almost killed a cop. You know what's going to happen to you when you drop the almost? They're going to gut you.
Mm-hmm.
Cop killers get treated like kings. Pig or people that don't gut the pig, well, they get gutted like a pig.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't get any respect if you miss at point blank range.
This guy a stormtrooper or something?
He must have been. He must have been part of the Stormtrooper Youth Brigade because he was a minor. But yeah, it's like, and I find out a year later, while he's still doing his bid, he got sliced up because he picked the fight. He said it, hey man, I killed the guy, and he's like, and they knew immediately he was lying because all that shit is part of the Freedom of Information Act. Doesn't matter if you're tried as an adult, your charges are part of the are not locked away. They're not sealed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anyway, let's get off of prison talk. Let's get back to entertainment shit. I mean, yeah, I did see part of Mad Max Fury Road while I was in jail, but that was interesting enough. Ugh, it was not interesting at all.
Yeah,
actually.
that kid had to have been a stormtrooper. Being a Sturmsoldat is too much credit.
It was just nuts. It's like, you idiots don't. The other one that the cop attempted killer was in with, he was getting sent up. Well, I'm gonna save that for when we're not on stream because, that's. Let's just say that. Let's just
smart move.
That'll wait till we're done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's a doozy of a story. But back to entertainment and stuff. Oh my gosh, man! When you guys want to hear something, the funniest thing you'll ever probably hear about Star Trek. I'm not even gonna call it Star Wars. It's not really Star Wars. That thing that was in theaters a few weeks ago.
Still in theaters.
Device with skid marker.
Sadly, yeah. But anyway, I don't even think it's like freaking like 20 freaking million away from Joker. But anyway,
it's not
when they did their Raylo kiss.
Oh.
I'm like, oh come on! Somebody literally goes shh or shushes me, and I'm like, I look them. Oh, I'm like, shut the fuck up! I look right over, and I'm like, shut the fuck up! And they're like, and it was not until last week because this was the pre-screening when I did that. This was 19th of December when I did that, and I'm like, back during the pre-screening of Star Wars, because I'm friends with the manager. I'm like, did you get a complaint by somebody during the pre-screening of Star Wars? I'm like, no. I'm like, thank God. Because I literally looked over at somebody's lap. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And because they shushed me, and it's like, I'm sorry, dude. That pissed me off. They catered to the fucking Raylos.
Yeah.
It's like, do you not realize that these idiots were all over Twitter with rape fantasies?
Mm-hmm.
Literally art things where he is forcing himself on her.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck? You cater to these idiots?
Yeah, they were actually.
I mean, I'm friends with a couple of not psychotic ones, but Raylos that were interested in the relationship, not all the pornographic sex acting and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's like, ugh, you just don't fucking do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was one person. I actually did a video on this about really the psychotically deranged Raylo that freaking went nuts after Ben Solo died. She left the theater during the premiere and whatnot, freaking the fuck out. Her friend goes out.
Oh,
she wasn't. Or her. Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, man, she's just going fucking nuts. And then it's like, oh wait, she actually yelled at Daisy Ridley that you calling her a fucking whore to get hit out in traffic, you whore, and this shit. Mm-hmm. Like, bitch, if this is the freaking debut or whatever it's called, premiere, freaking security should have arrested your ass.
Yeah,
you're harassing a high profile actor or actress.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, man, it's like she freaking had a shrine of this of freaking Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
she called in sick. She was thinking about hurting herself with freaking suicidal tendencies. It's like,
yeah,
what? That it's like I'm channeling my inner Jackie Chan.
Yes.
It's like, oh my God, are you fucking nuts?
It was a 2016 election all over again. It's like people needed therapy dogs because they couldn't deal with it. It's
my God, it's gonna be. If you think that I'm sorry, I'm gonna. You brought up a little bit of politics, so I'm gonna have to go off on a little bit of it here. Yeah, if everybody thinks that the 2016 election was bad, where all these idiots were freaking out, wait until 2020 November.
No, I can't wait.
Because if they are I'm saying this out of all seriousness. Mm-hmm. They used their silver bullet and tried and failed recently with the whole impeachment.
Yep.
They tried, they failed. Now they're going to try saying that he's going to cheat and all this. He's not. They're going to do everything and this and that. It's not going to work. His State of the Union was basically him or their reactions, her ripping up the thing. They just basically guaranteed it pretty much. Not, I can't say guaranteed, but pretty damn close to guaranteed he's getting reelected.
Yeah.
Like him or hate him, your own freaking party just acted like a fool. By the way, she should be arrested. She did break a federal law when she ripped up that document.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking, it's like that can't be legal.
It's a federal document. You cannot rip that shit up. And their ethics committee is going after her for it. But anyway, once he gets reelected, I think that is going to be a breaking point. I think that there are going to be he might actually have a legitimate assassination attempt on his ass.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, and yes, I voted for the guy. Yeah, I'm going to vote for him in 2020 because let's face it, this guy did a good job.
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, do I like everything he does? No, he supported the red flag law in my state, which is an unconstitutional law, but then he did go back on it. He's like, I'm withdrawing my support of that thing, but it didn't change the fact that the law still is in effect. But it's like, yeah. And also he does kind of say stupid things on Twitter.
Yeah.
Let's face it. We didn't hire a fucking priest. We didn't hire a fucking intellectual. We hired somebody who was a businessman who entered into politics and he's getting shit done. And he's doing a good job. Now, does it mean he's perfect? No. Does it mean he's an asshole? Yes, he is an asshole. But guess what? Anybody who has seen the movie Dracula Untold, have you guys seen that?
I started to, but
with Luke Evans.
Things happened. I know the movie.
Well, anyway, there's a line he says in the movie where he's talking to the vampire that gives him his powers and whatnot, and he's like, sometimes the world no longer needs a hero. Sometimes the world doesn't need a hero. What it needs is a monster. And I paraphrased during 2016 year. Sometimes what the world doesn't need is a president. What it needs is an asshole. And guess what? We got some grade A asshole in that freaking office. I mean, he just did he knew how to do it. He did it masterfully. I mean, you could literally destroy any one of these damn people running against him with one argument on each of them. If Kamala Harris, if Kamala Harris, yeah, that's her name, right?
Yep.
If she had won the nomination for presidency, all Trump would have to continue to say throughout this year, she slept her way to the top.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because she did. Heels up Harris, homewrecker Harris, all that shit. That's one argument he could use to win. It's like she didn't earn where she got. She slept with men who were married to get where she was. She slept with a guy. That's how her political career started. You got Bernie Sanders, who's probably I am so ashamed that I can actually do a voice impression of that man. That's very good.
I don't think that that's something that you should be ashamed of. I think that is honestly, genuinely something that you should really focus on, because sometimes...
if you think that I am going to embrace a socialist, I don't like Trump. I think he's a racist and he should be removed from office.
Okay, but you see,
that's my freaking impression. Tell me that's not pretty damn spot on.
It's a good impression, but I have one problem. You make him sound like he's imitating a cartoon character.
Bro, you make him sound like
he is a cartoon character.
In fairness, yeah, but
the dude has a freaking unhealthy obsession with pudding.
I am trying to focus on the talent of your abilities, not any sort of moral qualities.
But anyway, All you really need to do is freaking just bring up his 70s record. Bernie Sanders got kicked out of the hippie commune in the 70s because he was useless. And while in that hippie commune, he wrote an essay. And in that essay, he said it is the fantasy of every household wife. While she's making love to her husband, she's thinking about getting gang raped. It's like, you guys want this guy in office?
That is a hot take, but here's the thing. That was the 70s. I'm not going to hold him to account
Sexual
for what
revolution,
he said in the 70s.
But it's like, and you guys went after Trump for the whole grab him by the pussy thing?
Well,
what did you literally have a socialist who partied in the USSR, communist Russia, for his honeymoon, shirt off and everything, singing the freaking Russian national anthem, who wrote an essay about women fantasizing about getting gang raped. All women do it. And it's like
Trump's Putin's puppet.
And
like I said, like it's, don't get me wrong, that is an awfully hot take coming from Bernie. But the thing is, it's that's like 30 years old at minimum, right? I'm not, like I said,
40
we shouldn't hold people
around 40,
yeah, unless it is.
We should, yes, I know it's in the past and whatnot, but still, it is relevant to the dude's mind because he still fucking thinks that way.
The socialism bit.
He has said.
Yeah, he does.
He has said numerous times, "My views have not changed since the 70s," and this and that. It's like, okay, then you are a sick and twisted individual, and nobody likes you. Go home.
I'd like to see a source of this because my God, that'd be spicy. Like that is.
I posted about it like a few months ago when all the whole Bernie 2020 hashtags were going off.
That is fucking ghost pepper spicy.
I mean, yeah, literally, it's like this dude literally wrote an essay that's in the essay. I don't care what the rest of the essay is about. This dude literally said women, while making love to their husbands, are fantasizing about being gang raped.
Unironically.
Yeah, it's like, and you attacked the president for the whole grab him by the pussy joke, which had nothing to do with him running as president at the time.
Yeah, because wasn't that like
now,
2005?
if he had said that during him running for president, I would have taken an issue with it. But that was recorded before he was running for president.
Yeah, like I said, wasn't that recorded in like 2005?
Yeah, or something like that. I don't know what year it was, but it wasn't 2015 or 16. And it's like, you guys don't get it. Now, yeah, and yes, the same argument can be said about Bernie Sanders. He's not running, but it's like, this dude attacked the president for something that he said that was sexual in nature, and yet this guy is writing about women wanting to be or wishing they could get gang raped while they're fucking their husband. You really want to go that route, Bernie? He could bring it back on you tenfold, and he could do it. Trump can sell freaking art lessons to a blind man. Let's just say that.
I believe it.
I mean, the dude, he did what no president could, which was negotiate, or which could actually get freaking North Korea to a goddamn peace treaty table.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
He did that.
He did. It didn't end well, but I mean, he at least did that, which is more than most people in the universe can say.
Everybody else is like, we're not going to negotiate. We're not going to negotiate. We're not going to negotiate.
Yeah.
We're not going to
negotiate with terrorists.
That's like,
we don't negotiate with terrorists.
Like,
bullshit. We do.
But yeah, during his running campaign, Rocket Man this, Rocket Man that. And during when he was early president, Rocket Man this. I got a bigger button than you, Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man, Rocket Man. And but it's like, then they come out with a movie called Rocket Man. And it's like, dude, after all that shit, after all of his freaking shit and whatnot, and everybody goes off on him for, and even Ben Shapiro, a guy that I actually watch his show every day and agree with him on most of the things, not all of them. He freaking he'll actually critique Trump, and he'll actually call out when Trump does something stupid and whatnot. And then some of his opinions are good, some of them are not so good. And one of the things he's like, You don't freaking show me with a dictator that literally strapped his uncle to a cannon and pulled the damn trigger. And yes, Kim Jong-un did do that, by the way, to his uncle. But the thing is, negotiating 101, the one thing you do not do is say, "What's up, dictator? By the way, you're an asshole, but we're gonna but you know what? We're gonna do business." You want to know what happened if that wasn't, or if he said that in North Korea? They'd kill him.
Yep.
They would actually pull a gun on the president and they'd kill him. And there wouldn't have been a goddamn thing they could have done to stop. They wouldn't have cared. So, but what did Trump do? I think he's a good dictator. I think he does this well. I think he does that well. Or not a good dictator. I think he's a good negotiator. And whatnot. He gives the guy some praises. He gives him some positive things. He says positive things about him. Yes, we already know the negative shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you're trying to negotiate with somebody who literally threatened the United States with a nuclear weapon, you're not going to frickin' insult them.
Yeah.
That's stupid. That you're just asking for war. But yeah, anyway. Ugh. Now I want a frickin' ice, or now I want a ice cream Snickers.
be cordial to your enemies. As hard as it can be.
Basically.
It can save lives. It's like literally millions.
I don't think they were. The State of the Union when I watched it a few nights ago.
Hey, remember World War II?
We finally have our Space Force, and I'm like, even out loud, that just sounds nuts.
It's like Space Force. What?
But the freaking people are asking him to be, or want him to get sued for the whole Space Force logo.
Yeah, like sue.
I actually think that the Space Force is a good idea.
I do too. Honestly, I think it sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, it sounds.
But I think it's good too.
But when you think about it, like we technically already have it. It's a sub-branch of the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
And it is inevitable, with the way technology is going, it's inevitable that we're going to be in space. So what they did was they just kind of sectioned off the space section of the Air Force, and they plan to expand it as the technology expands as well. And I had a debate with someone on this, and they brought up that the Air Force wasn't made until like the 1940s, while the first airplane was made in it was 1908, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I did some research, and well, the Royal Flying Corps, it was a section of the Army that was made, a few years before World War I, and the first airplane to be used in combat, in warfare, was used by Italy against the Ottomans.
Yep.
Not in World War I, it was only like 8 years after the airplane was first invented. So the fact that technology that early in the 20th century, and technology's been moving faster and faster since, I think it stands to reason that we may not see like a space battle like in Call of Duty Ghosts or Battlestar Galactica or anything like that within the decade, but we will see space get involved in a theater of war in a rather direct capacity soon. I am certain of it.
Yeah, NORAD is actually...
Oh yeah, there is always going to be a potential threat because, let's face it, nobody else is paying attention to the restrictions of space travel.
Yeah, as much as I agree with the Chinese people, hey, stop blaming us for the coronavirus. This isn't our fault. And
also stop thinking that beer is going to be a cure for it.
Yeah,
right,
as much as I agree with the Chinese people that people shouldn't use the coronavirus as an excuse to be bigoted and racist towards them, I still don't trust the Chinese government.
I don't trust them either. They're a communist. They're a communist government.
Yeah.
They are. Not only are they a communist government, they're a communist government that uses capitalist practices, which leads to a very corrupt system.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Also, their dictator just nominated himself as a dictator for life. So
there you go.
Yeah,
and
he bans
Russia or Putin also just did that too. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't trust Russia. I did learn something about the Syrian war. The Russian involvement in the Syrian war kind of didn't do a whole lot because the Syrian war is still going on. But
I'll be right back.
the small amount that they did get involved was effective. And as much as I don't think that Russia is really a threat anymore, I still don't think that we should, not be prepared.
Take your time. I'm not going. I don't have to go. I was just wondering.
And I seriously think that the Space Force is a good idea. And I'm caught between three uniforms: the Stormtroopers, the Mobile Infantry, and the Galactica. Like, these are all good options. Which would you pick? Actually, is there any way I could send pictures through this?
Damn, these things stall quick.
Think so. It's my first time doing it. Do you have an option for? So am I the only one that has an option for screen share?
No. A person can, if they're not doing it on the mobile thing, if they have a desktop or whatever, they can do it, or they can share the screen, and whatnot. So if Bertz wants to do something, he'll pull up a screen share thing, and it should come up as semi-faded, like a person who is backstage and whatnot.
Yeah. All right.
And
So
then you just click on that.
Let's see if I can do this. You might see two Bertzes. I know.
Yeah, we were talking about earlier the branch of the Air Force, and NORAD is actually headquartered in my town where I live.
Nice.
Cheyenne Mountain. There, my dad goes there pretty frequently with his job, and I mean, he used to, not so much anymore because he got transferred. But yeah, they're here. The Air Force Academy is here. Everything. So I'm pretty involved with like the Air Force, and my dad's.
Isn't Cheyenne Mountain a hardened nuclear shelter?
I believe so. I don't know. There's not a lot really that I could be told, like especially like my dad. Can't really tell a lot. Like a lot of the Space Force, he knows a lot of what's going on, but he can't say anything. So
let's see.
Gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, this is amazing.
Oh god.
What did you find?
I don't know. I don't know.
Birdie 2 Chungus Khan edition will be joining this chat very soon.
Who?
That's the name that I use for my computer connection. I'm currently talking through my phone.
Oh. All right. So I add this to the stream.
Yes, because share screen.
Like that.
What
do I do?
Let's see.
No,
Here, share
That's not
screen.
exactly the conventional share screen method, but
yeah, I probably didn't do it right, but no, whatever.
Okay. Share. Wait. My entire screen. Yes. Okay, what's wrong? It's not letting me share.
well, I think it's because it's an unconventional method.
Let's see.
Bossy man. Moira, you're an awesome person.
You guys can't see it, can you? No, you can't.
Nope.
That's why we need Mike back. Where'd he go?
I don't know. He was killed by Fortnite.
All right, I got 5 thingies here. What the hell's
Maybe.
going on?
Hold on.
Oh,
Okay, maybe if I do that and then share screen. Oh god, I'm getting double feedback, aren't I?
Yep.
Yep. Bert's. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Can you can hear me on my computer, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Excellent.
So
Share audio? Let's see. Hmm. Oh.
Okay, I figured it out.
did you?
Turns out you had to click on the image
Oh, I
of
did.
your laptop screen or whatever. You had to click on the tab and then click on the image of it and then share. I figured it out. That was very strange. Can you see?
Do I kick Chungus from here?
No, Chungus is necessary.
The one that's on right now.
Chungus Khan.
There are two of them that are coming up in the backstage right now.
Yeah.
One's live, one's backstage.
Click the one that's backstage.
Ah, there we go.
No, Chungus is necessary.
The one that's on right now.
Chungus Khan.
There are two of them that are coming up in the backstage right now.
Yeah.
One's live, one's backstage.
Click the one that's backstage.
Oh, there we go.
Did a feedback loop just happen? What happened? Chungus Khan.
There are two of them that are coming up in the backstage right now.
Oh no.
Yeah.
One's live, one's backstage. What'd you do?
Click the one backstage.
Oh no.
Oh, there we go.
Why am I hearing myself a million times?
I don't know. What'd you do, Berts?
Hold on.
I mean, while I love the sound of my voice like a true narcissist, no, I'm just kidding.
We all do. It's okay.
Actually, I hate my electronic voice.
Yeah.
Okay, it appears to have stopped.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah,
Yes, it did. Thank you.
the uniforms for Battlestar Galactica. That looks like a decent. That looks like it could actually be a military uniform.
yeah, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
You know, slap that onto the Space Force, put them in a spaceship, like
If you're in the British Army, geez.
like a space
Yeah, I
cruiser,
was about to say, yeah.
What, the fold
it's
over
either
lapel?
those guys,
Yeah.
the stormtroopers, or the mobile infantry. These are the three uniforms that the Space Force must use. I'd say, chat, guys, take your votes.
There's like nobody in chat anymore. I don't think anybody's
Yeah.
here.
Well, how many people are watching?
So far it just says one, but it says that's me. But it's like I'm not watching this.
It's me.
Well, yeah, that's him. But hey, dude, don't expect a huge crowd on your first live stream. I didn't. I only had like one or two people.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting many.
Yeah,
people.
my biggest video, I did a Battlefield 1 stream for Veterans Day because it was like the 100-year anniversary. I still have like a collective of less than 40 views, and that's like it's like a 4 or 5 hour live stream.
I mean, my live stream after the whole Ahsoka being a lesbian thing from all those SJWs, the live stream I did after that, where I basically came out with everything I had been through, why I was in jail and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping that would actually get a little more attention, but it didn't.
Yeah.
But at least I did have people who actually did pay attention, listened, and whatnot, and they understand and why I do not want anybody. I mean, Senate is the obvious exception.
Mm-hmm.
And Miss Sarcastic Nerd, if she ever does decide to come, or if she ever does go on my channel at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she's only like, what, 17 or 18? But,
really?
Yeah, she's like the Senate. She's like 16 or 17.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, those two being the sole exceptions, I do not want anybody under 17 on my channel.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Because, I mean, you're going to have to watch. It's like 54 minutes long, but it explains everything of why I am leery around minors being on my channel because these idiot SJWs were on fucking Twitter, and when they started spamming my comment section about she's a lesbian and this and that, and I'm like, come on, click the StreamYard link, and defend your freaking point.
Mm-hmm.
And then they start saying a bunch of grown ass dudes asking minors to be on their on video with them. It's like, if you're a freaking minor, get the hell off my damn channel right now. I mean, I do not want your fucking ass on my channel. If I would have known you were a minor, I would have booted your ass, and I honestly did. I blocked them from the damn channel in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And it just brought back a whole lot of PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what that day I flipped out. I really did.
I imagine.
I mean, I used the same damn thumbnail for the live stream as I did for the video that preceded the live stream. And you can tell that I am visibly pissed off in that video that I did before the live stream.
Yep, I remember.
Oh, you actually saw it?
I saw the thumbnail. I didn't get a chance to watch the videos. Dude, I don't even think I'm getting notified of your videos anymore.
Well, here's what you do. Go on to don't use a mobile app for Facebook notification shit. That won't work.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go to like a desktop view if you're using anything like a tablet or shit.
Yeah. And
go to click all notifications.
I did that.
And it will let you know.
I did that. Still don't send me shit.
That is fucking weird.
Does it with Geeks and Gamers too?
I have lost all freaking notification. Well, actually, no. Ever since I unsubscribed and resubscribed to Geeks and Gamers, I have now started to get their notifications again.
I tried that. It didn't work for me.
I think you got to unsubscribe for like a minute or two.
I did. I unsubscribed for like an hour.
Oh, shit.
I know. Shit's fucked
up.
But
yeah. I mean, I was trying to get my notifications on for Mary Jade, and it wasn't fucking working. I even went off on Team YouTube and this and that, and they're like, "Are you sure you didn't do this?" And it's like, man, I have tried everything. It's not fucking working. Yeah. Maybe if you guys paid more attention to your damn mobile app and shit, I wouldn't have this problem. But then Brian the Observer, you guys know him?
I've heard of him, yeah.
He told me how to set my tablet onto desktop mode. I have been doing live streams ever since he told me that.
Hey.
And it's like, I owe that man a lot.
I don't have a tablet.
I have a Kindle and a phone. That's all I do my YouTube channel on, man. I do the recording on my freaking phone. I can't do the whole screen sharing and all this shit because I'm a welfare. I can't freaking afford that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I'd love to, I gotta save up like for freaking months at a time just to afford a damn PC.
Yeah, I imagine.
And then I'm gonna have to save up for the screen. Then I'm gonna have to save up for the mic. Then I'm gonna have to save up for the camera and all of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it would take me literally 3 to 4 fucking years.
Yep.
Just to get a good setup. And then I would have to have then I would have to have better fucking Wi-Fi. Because I've been booted out of my own freaking live streams. It's not fun. It pisses me the hell off because every time my freaking landlady picks up the goddamn line, the the phone line, landline, or whatever, it slows the internet. Every time somebody calls in, it slows the internet.
Well, sounds
this woman has a it's like, oh, if I could just freaking strangle that. If I could rip the damn phone out of the damn thing, I would, but I can't. Because she prefers to use a landline over her cell phone because, well, she can't remember how to use a cell phone in time. She's 77 years old almost. And it's like, just get used to the goddamn cell phone, woman.
Just learn.
It's like, just fucking learn.
Learn, damn you.
It's like you look after people who are mentally handicapped all the time. because that's what she does. She works for the county, so to speak, but she's also independent. So she lets people who are mentally handicapped live here, and she has me as a partner who lives with her to help her with them. So if she ever has to go out and I am here, I can watch them and whatnot. So it's a nice, nifty little job that I got. But yeah, my dad and my mom and my brothers are like, when are you going to get a job? When are you going to get a job? It's like, ugh, fine. I'll get a job. But guess what? If I hear you guys bitching after I get a job, I'm going to smack you in the face with a shovel. I mean, I've literally told my dad, I'm like, I'm technically employed now. Or actually, I put it on my Facebook. It's like, I'm technically employed. You can all stop bitching now. And my brothers, my dad, or my dad, I get messages all throughout the day. What do you mean technically employed? I'm like, I work for my landlady. I can now watch the people who live here, and I get paid for it. I am employed. They're like, okay, cool. I'm like,
good enough.
Wait, that's it? You're not gonna freaking. It's like, nope, you're employed. Gus, awesome. And it's like, man, if I had a bottle in my hand and you were right in front of me, I would smack you. You're not going to give me any more shit than that. It's like, my gosh. They're like, hey, you got employed. Awesome. It's like, I've been employed before, but god damn, it was so frick. Because when you have ADHD.
I do.
Yeah, I do too. And you're on the spectrum.
Me too.
Not fully autistic. Not fully
I'm
autistic,
on the
but you're
spectrum.
But you're on the freaking autistic spectrum enough to be considered on the borderline. Plus, if you live in an area like your old hometown where nearly the whole town bullied your ass as a kid, you don't want to get a job here.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to mention all the crap that I went through in 2017. I don't want... This is not me being sexist, by the way. Full disclosure, this is not me being sexist.
No,
I do not want to work in a workplace where there is a woman.
It's not really hard to see why, to be honest with you.
I mean, I was falsely accused of sexual crimes. I do not want that. I do not want that kind of potential problems near me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got fired for saying things that I didn't say. I can only imagine what it would be like for
I mean, dude, last year a 12-fucking-year-old kid had the cops called on him in New York City.
I heard about that.
By a woman, huh?
I heard about that.
His backpack brushed against her ass. She called the cops saying she was sexually assaulted.
What?
Ridiculous.
That's
on a 12-year-old black kid in the middle of fucking New York City. His 9-year-old sister is crying her eyes out, thinking her brother is about to be arrested in front of her. It's like, are you seriously pulling this shit right now, woman? You are not giving yourself a good name. That's why I am an advocate for people who have been falsely accused, not just of sexual crimes, of any crime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I saw back in September. I mean, I didn't really fact check it. I just saw it getting passed around and some news sites picking it up. But there was an autistic kid. He was like 5, and he was being called stuff like a predator because he was hugging people. Because
he hugged.
Whoa! 5?
5.
Yeah.
5. No, there's literally no goddamn way that he even has a remote understanding of any of that.
Exactly. That's the point. It's like plus he's autistic. That's just how he
you can't. He lives in a different reality. Basically, his mind is a different reality than ours. My mind is a different reality than your guys's. When it comes to my mind, I am literally a movie-oriented person. If I see somebody, or if I see a situation that happens in real life, chances are I can equate it to what I have seen in a movie.
Hey, I can do that.
And sometimes I will verbally do that. I mean, my landlady literally looks like the Oracle from the second Oracle from the Matrix trilogy. Literally, she looks like the second Oracle from the Matrix trilogy. Just without the makeup and all that shit, and she also doesn't smoke. But it's like, yeah, holy shit. Because I had recently purchased the Matrix trilogy on my Movies Anywhere app, and I'm like, and I see her, I'm watching Revolutions, and I'm like, wait a fucking minute. And I'm like, I asked my Echo Dot who it was and this and that, and it's like, how old is she? And she's saying it's like 77, 76 years old, and I'm like, God damn, she's even as old as my freaking landlady. It is freaking hilarious shit. I could tell you guys the craziest shit, man. You would get laughs all around.
Yeah,
I guess that explains where your internet went. There is no internet.
There's only the Matrix. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Back, oh gosh, I can't remember. It was in the fall. It was like my university's Facebook page. I think it was payday. They posted like this school picture of like this kid who was like making a really exaggerated smile. And I commented, "Is this kid supposed to be a young Pennywise?" Because he smiles just like Pennywise. It's like
nice. Oh like, damn, dude, that's awesome.
You have the teeth and like the lower gum sticking down, just like this kid's Pennywise. I mean, they liked the comments, so it wasn't like they were like, "Oh, that's offensive." They're like, "Yep, I can't help it."
The cross-dressing red panda that nobody loves, huh?
Bert's?
Well, I'll follow your ass anyway, Bert's.
Oh, thank you. I legit forgot that I even had a bio.
It's like that is one of the weird. Hey, freaking Mary J calls herself a problematic cunt. So what? Hey,
look at my bio.
Yeah, a world-class retard. How have you not been banned?
I don't know.
Oh my god, did I ever tell you guys about the whole freaking about me getting banned from fucking Twitter for 12 hours by Chris Evans? Did I tell you guys about that?
What?
Yeah. When Geeks and Gamers called out Chris Evans for the whole Tom Brady thing, I basically said he went full retard. I get a 12-hour ban. I tagged Chris Evans in it. So I get a 12-hour, and it's like, what the actual fuck? Did I just get reported by Chris fucking Evans? I mean, one of my proudest moments on Twitter will always be the fact that I actually finally got Louis Farrakhan banned from Twitter for 12 days, but yeah. Or no, 7 days, but.
Huh?
Yeah.
You got Louis Farrakhan banned.
Yeah, I reported his damn tweet like several times. It's like, this dude literally put fucking hate speech on the goddamn Twitter, and you're not going to do anything? I will keep reporting this until something is done. And they finally got back. Louis Farrakhan has been, or this tweet has, we have taken the appropriate action. I go and I'm checking his damn thing for every day. Still suspended, still suspended, still suspended. 7 days later, he's back up, and it's like, holy shit, did I just actually get Louis fucking Farrakhan suspended for 7 days on Twitter? Hell yes, I did!
Put that in your bio.
Yeah! It's like, damn it, dude, I got his ass freaking, yeah.
Do you guys know when Pride Month is? I might have a good bio for that.
June.
Okay.
June. Which one? Straight Pride or Gay Pride?
Gay Pride.
They won't let us have straight Pride.
They did already. And freaking Chris Evans opened his mouth on that too. And I did a fucking video on that too.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to know what I did?
What did you do?
I freaking said straight to Chris Evans in my video. It's like, Chris, this is directly towards you, man. If you are saying that everybody is fucking gay, why then I challenge you to openly say that you are gay, and I want you to kiss your partner on the mouth in front of everybody. He still has not done that. So he is a hypocrite.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, I have no problem with gay people or straight people. My mom is part of the fucking LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody who calls me anti-LGBTQ this or whatever, it's like
you don't even. It's like
if I was that way, I wouldn't have a relationship with my mother.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "What do you mean?" It's like, she's part of that community. She's like, "Which part?" I'm like, "That's none of your fucking business."
Yeah.
Oh, there's only 2 possible parts. Okay, wait, no, 3. But like,
All right, they keep they keep growing.
No, there's 2.
I'm sitting here
because if you really think about it,
by these people's standards, it could be anything.
No, here's the thing. If you think about it, LGBTQ, whatever, LG and B, lesbian, gay, and bisexual.
Yeah.
Those are sexual preferences. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Transgender, what is that?
That's
not a
condition.
sexual. That's not a sexual preference.
Yeah, hey guys, I'll be right back. Someone's at my door. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, assume I'm dead and move on.
Okay.
We'll call the cops. Where do you live?
No, we won't call the cops. We'll just leave them.
All right.
Yeah, I could say what I'm thinking about transsexual, but I'm not going to.
The thing is, transgender, transsexual, and whatnot, they, honestly, the T does not. My phone just fell under my bed. God damn it. Anyway, it doesn't fall in the same identifying league as L, G, and B. Yeah. Because it is a sexual identity, not a sexual preference.
Yeah.
So,
that was mein Bruder.
Your brother?
Yeah.
No, he is.
Okay, so Bert's has gone for a while, folks. We're going to be dealing with his German persona.
Yeah.
Bert's Triskat.
Actual Bert's.
Achtung.
He says.
But yeah.
9-9. It's Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. By the way, I was born in Germany.
Beautiful spurts. Yeah.
I was born in Germany.
I didn't catch what you said at all.
We want Bert's go. I used to be fluent in German, but I haven't done it in a long time. I don't have anybody to speak to.
Well, then I'm glad that you missed the fact that I said Fleischgewehr.
No, I got that. It's just like,
there you are.
Anyone fans of Rammstein, you'll get it.
Oh, Scheisse.
Isn't it Scheisse?
Yeah, Scheisse.
Yeah, there's no T.
Yeah. I think
yeah, well, anyway, I think that was from frickin' South Park. Ma, if you were part of a German Scheisse video, you'd tell me, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, honey. Bye. Or good night. It's like, holy shit. So what do you guys think of Godzilla King of the Monsters?
I loved it. I think it had some serious problems with the character development, but as an experience, because I just went in looking for monster fights and I got kick-ass monster fights. I have no
I mean, coming from a Godzilla fan since he was 2 to 3 years old, me that is, I loved it. Yeah. Now, do I acknowledge that it is flawed? Yes, it is flawed.
Yeah.
Too many fucking puny humans. But it was still a good movie. And everybody says, well, they were doing the whole climate change, this and that. It's like,
I didn't get that.
Did you not realize what they did? Yes, they talked about climate change. Yes, they talked about over human population and all that other bullshit. But here's what you're not thinking about. Toho always did environmentally aware movies.
I thought the original one was pretty much awareness against nuclear weapons.
Nuclear destruction. Yeah, it was their way of protesting nuclear power. Gojira, 1954 Gojira, was originally made to be the big fuck you to nuclear power.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why Shin Godzilla had such a poignant message at the end when they realized that they can't destroy him. They're like, yeah, we're gonna have to learn to live with him.
Well, no, they froze his ass and he started spouting a committee off of his damn tail.
Yeah.
But have you guys seen Shin Godzilla?
I have. I saw it.
Did, yes.
I saw it
when I first saw it, and I see him in his Godzilla glory walking through Tokyo shit. I literally thought that was a damn person in a suit.
Mm-hmm.
It's all fucking digital.
Oh,
and I'm like,
no way.
Some of it was.
Yes,
they combined.
It is all digital.
There's no way. Some of that has to have been a suit.
They did both. A lot of it was
digital. A little bit of it. They did use a little bit of animatronics, yes. Mm-hmm. And they also even did a little bit of stop motion. But every shot of him walking through Tokyo and shit, digital. And I'm like, that is the best fucking digital effects that I have ever seen.
They really took their time on that. Holy shit.
It's like that looks fucking American effects better than ILM. That looks better than what the fuck? It's like, holy shit.
Yeah, that looks better than the cutscenes in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the new one. That says something.
It's like, god damn! You guys did a perfect freaking daylight Godzilla digital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can America say they have done that? No.
No.
They cannot.
It was dark and shit, pretty much.
I honestly thought that was a guy in a suit.
Yeah. Oh, also, speaking of Shin Godzilla, something that a lot of people missed, and I missed it the first time I saw it, but are either of you familiar with Gaijin Goomba?
No.
I'm familiar with
he does these sort of breakdowns on the culture behind the icons that we see in anime, movies, video games, etc. And it's really neat. And he actually he broke down some a lot of the imagery of Godzilla in with Shin Godzilla coming out, and he said, guys, this Godzilla's like legitimately scarier than the older ones, not just because he looks freakier, but because he brings back more than just this is what nuclear destruction could do. No, he straight up firebombed Tokyo. Firebombing did a lot more damage than either of the nukes.
Oh yeah,
because like where he breathes his fire and it's just melting the streets of Tokyo. That was supposed to be the planes dropping fire bombs on the Japanese cities.
Yeah.
And then it became a laser beam. And it's like, I'm sitting here going, holy shit, that's so cool. But on the other hand, now that I know that, it's like, oh, Jesus, that's like showing 9/11 footage.
It's like, yeah, dude, they're literally fucking up Tokyo like it's goddamn, that's like a freaking homemade monster terrorist attack. But yeah, did you also notice that you can literally equate Shin Godzilla to Frieza from Dragon Ball Z?
Elaborate. I need to hear this.
What color was Shin Godzilla's atomic breath?
Purple.
Death beam?
Mm-hmm.
Frieza's death beam is what color?
Purple-ish.
Yep. Purple. Almost the same color purple, to be exact. By the way, how many forms does Shin Godzilla take?
Like 3?
Yep. Actually 4, to be technically honest. The tail coming out of the ocean was his first form. So 4 versions of him, yes. How many forms does Frieza have?
5 if we include Golden. 6 if we include Cyborg.
Yeah.
But initially 4.
Yes. So basically, Shin Godzilla is Frieza. I mean,
Shin
the dude-
Frieza.
exactly. There you go. Shin Frieza. Imagine that.
Shin Freezilla. There we go.
You've seen DBZ Abridged, like you said, right?
Yes.
I love when he took his third form, the long-headed alien-looking thing, and he's
I
like,
think
"Now
Ridley
what do you
Scott's
think? I
gonna sue
think Ridley
someone."
Scott's going to sue somebody." What? I don't know what you mean. And then he does the whole mouth
He does
or
the fucking-
mouth thing.
Yeah,
Let me touch your skin. It's like, what the fuck?
yeah.
I mean, oh my god, oh my! This is how crazy I am, folks. Sometimes it takes a while for me to get things. I have seen that fucking episode several freaking times over the years. I am now just getting the whole "let me touch your skin" thing because it was the alien touching what's her name's skin in Alien 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, now I get it. Why the hell did it just click years later? Oh, fun fact that they elaborated on in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? Not Sigourney Weaver, but the other one's name. What was her freaking name in Alien?
Oh gosh.
You mean Vasquez? Or no,
No,
Alien.
that was Aliens.
Yeah. Gosh, it's been so long since I've seen that film. I can't remember her name.
Alexa, who are the two female characters in the movie Alien?
The characters in Alien include Ellen Ripley, Ash, Lambert, Brett, Dallas,
Lambert.
and Kane.
Lambert. Guess what? You guys want to hear something interesting?
Sure.
Sure.
Lambert was a transgender.
For real?
Not in real life. The character.
Oh,
Hmm.
very forward thinking. Like 50 years forward thinking.
Well, no. They changed or they elaborated and explained it in 2003. Now, a friend of mine who is really sick of the identity politics, I mean to the point of absurdity that she is sick of this shit, where she will not even watch modern day movies now because of all of that shit. She thought it was woke garbage and whatnot, and that they were just pandering it because that's, and it's like, no, this was done back in 2003. They weren't focused on the identity politics like they are now. This was not done to pander. This was not done for representation. This was simply them pointing out something that was not previously known.
Yeah, if you think that something was done for woke politics before the year 2014, then it wasn't. It probably
exactly.
wasn't. My dad, he wasn't very happy with this one scene in Galactica where they tried to justify doing a suicide bombing to get away from the Cylon invaders. And he said, it's on a desert planet, and, they said, well, the Cylons severely overpower and outnumber the humans, so the humans have to resort to things like suicide bombing. And it's like, that's really political. And then I saw the episode for myself, and they actually weighed the arguments. And the people that signed off on that mission, they are not morally good people. They are the grayest of gray. It's like, dude, what you're doing is very clearly fucked up, and you're not. It's portrayed in a way that you're not supposed to agree with him. And besides, it was that episode came out in 2000. I want to say 2008. So there's, I mean, they probably were talking about the Iraq War a little bit, but like I said, self-contained politics. They weren't being like, oh, look, the poor victims of the war. They weren't doing that specifically just to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I was wondering, could we would it be possible if we could maybe end it here, because I got some things I gotta do.
Sure, man, it's your stream.
I hate to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really enjoying the conversation, and I hate to cut it off, but there's some things I got.
Yeah, if anything, I'd just like to apologize for being really quiet for half of that.
No, not at all. Don't apologize for anything.
And also, I know I've been talking about Galactica way too much. It's just so goddamn good.
Don't apologize. Seriously.
Seriously, if anyone that comes across this stream later, if you haven't seen it already, Go find it. It's like $40 for the entire series on Amazon. It's truly amazing. One of the best. It is arguably the best sci-fi series ever created.
Mhm.
Speaking of Amazon, I'm gonna have to. Or I just recently got Prime, so I'm gonna look for Shin Godzilla on Amazon and watch it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since
Again.
it had a limited theatrical release like 3 years ago.
I saw it on an airplane.
I had it on Vudu, but I can't watch Vudu. I can't watch my freaking Vudu streams on a Kindle. It won't allow me to watch Vudu. It doesn't have the Vudu app because it's Amazon. They want your streaming done from Amazon.
Of course.
And it's like, you motherfuckers, I'll play your game, but I'll play it reluctantly. Anyway, yeah. Hey, dude, I had fun. Thank you for bringing me on the stream.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'll have to do another one when I'm not as busy.
Yep. So don't forget to say goodbye to all your future watchers.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
Yeah, hello there, watchers. Now goodbye. Thanks again for coming on, guys, and I'll be sure to send a message to Rosetta and Mike. Thank them because they dropped out under mysterious circumstances.
Yeah, I know. I think Fortnite finally got to him, and he went nuts.
Yeah.
Insert X-Files.
He probably
Yeah.
or insert the Shining theme. I mean, he probably went around killing a bunch of people with an axe.
It's possible.
A pickaxe.
All right, take it easy, folks.
See you guys.
See you guys.
Do you know how to end? Do you know how to end the stream?
Is it this end bro adcast on the top right corner here?
Yeah, that's it.
No. You click the one that says Start Broadcast.
Oh, right, that one. Whoop. Okay, just download a virus. Whoops.
Uh-oh. I gotta jump out of this shit before it gets to me, too. That shit's contagious.
Okay. All right, see you guys. Thanks again.
I don't want Kung Flu.
Take it easy.
See you guys.
Oh, gosh, this was fun.